I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Hey, what did you think? I finally made an intro video. I gotta give it out to Jim Wilkes, because he was watching and said, Mike, you really need to introduce yourself and maybe an intro video. And I know I've been thinking about it forever, but I just never really got around to it. I didn't really know how to do it. But so I whipped that together, and I'm pretty stoked how it turned out. So thanks, Jim, for the friggin' kick in the pants to actually get me to finally make it happen. And it actually went pretty smoothly. It didn't take me that long. Probably from start to finish, maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes. Like, it was just kind of fell together. So pretty stoked about how that turned out. So now we can turn everything off in the collection. And I also want to mention that thank you for watching 5 painful videos of Whirlwind. And it's amazing that after 5 videos, I've accomplished almost nothing. Well, it's not exactly true, but it doesn't feel like I accomplished a whole lot. I, diagnosed and tested and attempted to fix some stuff myself, and board-wise, which I like to do. I did that with my Lethal Weapon 3. I spent, I don't know, days rebuilding the power supply, only to ultimately have some short that I was never able to solve. So I send out all the boards, but still, I don't like to just not try. So I gave it a good college try. Now, the goal for today is to deal with the rest of the playfield, peel up these decals, remove everything, then kind of assess what I need to order, what I don't need to order, and place an order. Well, I probably won't do that yet because I still got to mess around with the underside of the playfield. But maybe part 6, it'll look like more progress than it has been. So the goal is for this table to be stuffed full of parts by the end of this video. Alright, I removed the diverter here, so I should be able to start tearing stuff apart. So I guess that means it's time-lapse time. Here we go. Okay, getting pretty close to disassembling, you know, most of what wants to come off with relative ease. The other metal guides have nuts on the underside of the playfield. All the ones that I left on is, you know, I removed the ones that you can remove from the top side only. I know I did take a good amount of photos, but you just never know if you took enough. But, oh, look at this. Here is a piece of glass that probably came from that bulb. And then when the playfield was lifted, it eventually made its way around. Which reminds me, we gotta get rid of this guy. There we go. I think I got rid of all the rubbers. There's still remnants of rubber in some spots. You know what I mean? It's so gummy. Some of this stuff hasn't been changed since day one. That's my guess anyways. I think I got all, oh look, no, it's not true. That piece of glass came from, come on, another broken bulb. This is not the best way to do this right now. Camera in one hand, playfield lowered. Oh, come on. I'm gonna break something. Okay. That is another busted bulb. Wonder how that got busted. Anyway, so that's got to come out. I'm going to replace all the stand-up switches, white, yellow, red, orange, and yellow. They're all pretty much garbage. This one, the orange is actually not that bad. I mean, doesn't get beat on quite as much because it's a sharper angle, but all the other ones, for sure, they're just toast. Like, yeah. But who knows? Maybe I'll salvage the orange one and put on a new backing foam. So I'm going to remove those switches. Probably just disconnect them and then hang them in the playfield or something. Make sure that my saucer isn't cracked from underneath. See if I need to order one of those. Pop bumpers are not as bad topside as I thought. I was kind of assuming it's going to be more broken pieces. So, who knows? I was thinking of ordering new skirts and bodies and boots, but if these clean up okay and there's no chips, I may just salvage them. So I'm not going for super high end here, I'm going for medium end. Try and put as much lipstick on this pig as possible, and I know I can get it looking pretty darn good. Just might not be phenomenal, but I'm actually kind of excited to peel up some of this mylar. I shouldn't be doing this without freezing or cooling or heating, but I think I am going to be able to get rid of some. Oh, look how beautiful that is underneath. I'll be able to get rid of some of this nasty mylar, at least around the edges. Get rid of the old adhesive. And I will definitely be able to fine-tune this playfield in certain areas. Like, that's the before, and that's the after. I mean, there's already, you can see the potential for that, right? Now the question is, do I order all new star posts? They sell these doubles. There's so many doubles they used, on this Whirlwind. Almost every friggin' post is a double. And I was almost toying with the idea of changing them all to orange, but I think stick to the clear. And for the doubles, is there one size fits all? Or is there two different styles or heights? No, I think they're probably all the same. Just kind of looks different with different hardware on the top. But I think, whoa, that they're probably all the same. So I guess an ultrasonic cleaner would come in handy at this point. Something I'll really have to consider. I'll polish up the metal with my Quad Zero steel wool. This is interesting, these switches. I've never seen these before. There's just, the rubber goes around in a triangle, and then it's just like a rebound rubber, essentially. I don't know what it's worth. And it's using one of these newer style switches. Very interesting. And then one on the other side too. I don't think I've ever seen these in any machine I have shopped up before. Seems a little weird. I don't know why they didn't go with leaf switches. Maybe there's just not enough room under the playfield with the scoop here and everything. This scoop I gotta remove because broken weld. Fingers are not as dirty as I thought they would be. So now this feels a little more like progress. You know? This is something you can actually physically see. The boards, tinkering with them, there's no real before or after. But I was able to access the back of this area without having to struggle too much, so that's good. Yeah, here, see like another corner of mylar like this? How nasty that is? I'm gonna start busting out my X-Acto knife and you know, I certainly can't make the playfield worse, so I'm willing to mess with it and see if I can make it better. When was that cleaned last? Yeah. Peel up these decals, I'll do that. Yeah, so that's a start, finally. Some notable progress. Alright, are you guys ready for experimentation time? I'm willing to gamble on this a little bit. There's a piece of mylar right around here. Oh boy, I'm actually don't know. I'm reconsidering. Maybe I'll cut it right down this line. Let's see, where's it go? Maybe I'll cut it right here, yeah, and then try and peel up the rest of it. I'm a little scared because there's a little bubbling right here, so I feel like I might be able to maybe pull up this mylar without fudging up this insert. I don't really want to risk these inserts because they're perfect. No reason to pull that up. So why don't I cut right along here and see if we can at least pull up a little chunk, but it's a little worrisome. But that's what shenaniganders do. They risk screwing up. You know, the playfield's pretty bad to begin with, so like I said, I don't think I can make it much worse. Knock on mylar. Alright, I think I'm through. Let's put this away before I stab myself. I also have a fresh blade here that better not slice myself with that either. Okay, here we go. Upside down, compressed air. Let's freeze the daylights out of this. The storm is coming. It's a very cold one. Whoa, baby, I'm freezing the life out of that. Okay. Whoa. It's coming up. Oh, baby. Oh, yes, it's coming. Okay, insert time. I don't think I've ever pulled mylar up off an insert. I think I see ink. Okay, I've gotten past the point where it's coming up easy. Gotta pull a little bit now. My fingers are getting cold. Okay. My slice. Uh-oh. Can you still see? I got snow on the playfield. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay, look at this. Here's the piece of mylar. I think there is the tiniest little bit of ink, maybe. Still friggin' frosty. But let's take a close look and see how it looks. Yeah. Look at this. This has been preserved for 30 years. Here's the fun part. It's sticky, and you can see my dirty fingers sticking to it. This is where the fun really begins, is trying to get rid of all this adhesive now. But if I do that just for a few select areas without screwing anything up, I can definitely make it look better. So I like my decision now not to go all the way around, because this piece of mylar, you can see the edges, right? Goes all the way around, and you can see where I cut it off, although This is a little crusty. I might have to do some more trimming there. And I have to try not to freeze my finger because I got a little frostbite on my fingy. So I'm going to try some rubbing alcohol and see if I can clean that up. And I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's the good news and the bad news. You can probably see it all in one shot already. So, I started by cutting a line here, which you can see. No, wait, that's not true. Yes, it is true. I cut a line here, peeled off all the mylar. So I did lose a little bit in the letter W, my ink for when flashing. And if you look closely, you can see that there's a little bit of air in between the insert decal on the playfield. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a little bit of air in there. Fortunately, the insert decal is intact, still a little bit of adhesive. So the adhesive is definitely a pain to get rid of. I used lots of rubbing alcohol, cloth, paper towel, and lots of elbow grease. But I think I got rid of it all. So then I noticed there was some loose mylar in and around this area, so I'd cut again and got rid of all this. So all around here and here and here and here was all mylar, and that's all now gone. That line there is actually ink in the playfield. It is not the edge of where the mylar was, but it matched to where the mylar was. You can kind of just see that, where the wear spots are. So, this gives me a good idea of how much effort, energy, and risk there is in dealing with the chunks of mylar like this. I'm sure with a little bit of yellow, red, and black, I can touch this up and make that look better, and that won't be a big deal. I'll touch up the areas that are worn as well from pop bumper action. But all in all, it looks better. I didn't really do too much harm except for the scratches, so I'll have to obviously not cut directly into the playfield next time I trim some mylar. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. It's just a lot of work, but yeah, so where else am I gonna have to do that? Here, there's a chunk. Fortunately, the lower half of the playfield is actually pretty good, so this area is actually a little sketchy, but I don't think I'll be dealing with this. This is just probably, I'm gonna live with it. I'll try and work around this area here, maybe around this insert, because this is pretty in need of it, in need of some love. But yeah, I think I'll be satisfied with a little bit of more trimming and not going too crazy. Cool, so progressing. I like it. Okay, definitely not quite the right order to do touch-ups in the middle of cleaning a playfield, but I just kind of wanted to do it just for fun and just check it out. It looks better. It's not perfect, but you know, it is better. And during my cleaning, I may end up just rubbing that right off and then having to redo it again, but that's okay. Like I said, it's just more testing the theory. You know, from here it looks pretty darn good. And compared to what it was, probably 10 times better. So, yeah, that's pretty sweet. What I forgot to show you was all the goods from the old playfield. All kinds of yum. And then the parch table. Here it is. Let's zoom out. This is actually in some sort of order. You start from there and you work your way over here, and then the middle row, like so, and then the last row. So I start with this piece and go backwards when I reassemble. So all that is going to get cleaned. All the plastics are going to get replaced. Looks like I'll need to be doing a little bit of riveting on certain things like this. Or I could maybe just screw it in. We'll see. Not too many rivets though, so that's good. Yeah, so that feels like much better progress, don't you think? Alright, well, I think I will kind of keep plucking away here, but that's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for coming along for the old whirlwind there. There's definitely more to come, as you can see. Thanks for watching.